Seek first God's kingdom, which is within you. The flower does not seek anything. If the flower is to obtain anything, that anything must come to it. The flower waits, and even this it does without longing. But the person whom the visible did not deceive by anesthetization, the person whom temporality did not lull to sleep with monotonous uniformity, the person whom the temporality did not spellbind with delusion, that person the world does not satisfy. It only helps him by painfully keeping him awake and expecting to seek the eternal, God's kingdom, which is within a human being. Therefore, it is not a matter here of starting out on a search to find God's kingdom, since God's kingdom is righteousness. Even if in describing you had all the intense longings of desire, even if you could bring the world's ordinary busy metropolis to a standstill because everyone listened to your discourses, in so doing you would not come closer to God's kingdom, not a single step, because God's kingdom is righteousness. You can live so hidden in the great mass of people that not even the authorities know your name and address. You can be the one and only, the absolute monarch of all kingdoms and lands. You would not thereby be one step closer to God's kingdom, because God's kingdom is within you. But what is righteousness really? It is to seek God's kingdom first. Righteousness is not extraordinary abilities, because it is expressly of these that righteousness will demand an accounting, when it requires righteousness from you. Neither is righteousness earthly obscurity, because no human being is so lowly that he can do no wrong. And just as no coin is too small to carry the image of the emperor, so is no human being too lowly to carry the image of God. Neither is righteousness power and dominion, because no human being stands so high that he is higher than righteousness, so high that he would have to lay down his crown in order to have the opportunity to practice righteousness. Righteousness is to seek God's kingdom first. If you do to people what is right and just, but forget God, are you then practicing righteousness? Is not practicing righteousness in this way like a thief's doing what is right and just with the money he has stolen? To forget God, is not this the same as stealing your whole existence? But if you first, before you do anything else, seek God's kingdom, then you will not practice unrighteousness toward any human being, and you will not forget God either. Since how would you be able to forget that which at all times is the first thing one seeks? You remain in the place where you are, and that is assigned to you. Any searching away from this place is already unrighteousness. If it were the case that you should first seek elsewhere before beginning to seek the kingdom of God, then it would indeed not be true that you should first seek God's kingdom. Thus, while the world of the visible perishes and sinks in decay, you nevertheless remain in your place, and the beginning is to seek God's kingdom first. Upbuilding Discourses in Various Spirits by Soren Kierkegaard, 1847. Hong Translation, 1993, pages 210 and 211. Thanks for listening.